Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results. Main event. Did not get any spoilers and what have you, but 205 was taped. Well, happy birthday goes to Michael Shane, who was born in 1979, and Essa Rios. They had birthdays December the 10th. December 11th, James Ellsworth turned 32 years old, and Rey Mysterio Jr. turned 42. La Parka was born 1965. And on the 12th, Sabu and Ultimo Dragon. Well, Twitter fan of at Bennett WWE. Well, he's also a wrestler. Great day at WWE Lowell at catching up with some of the old at Chaotic Wrestling crew. Small halls to big arenas, over 10 years of friendship. I'll show you some pictures of that as well. TNA Tag Team Champion Matt Hardy tweeted the following invitation to Raw Tag Team Champions The New Day and SmackDown Tag Team Champions Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, DX Evolution, The Rock and Sock Connection, Edge and Christian, and legendary tag team The Rock and Roll Express for Thursday's Apocalypto match during the Total Nonstop Deletion edition of Impact Wrestling. Of course, that was already taped. As noted, several tag teams are expected for the match, but obviously no WWE talents will be appearing. At Broken Matt Hardy has been saying at Matt Hardy Brand on Twitter with hashtag Apocalypto on the horizon. I want top tier tag teams to know that they're welcome. Formal invitations coming. At Total Nonstop Deletion, I formally invite Meek Mahan, hashtag Raw Champs, The New Day, to hashtag Total Nonstop Deletion. At Brother Nero, and I need to face these men, hashtag Apocalypto. I formally invite McMahon's, hashtag SmackDown Live, Champs, the family of Wyatts, to hashtag Total Nonstop Deletion. Our universe must collide, Apocalypto. Well, Bray Wyatt answered on Twitter, as his username is at WWE Bray Wyatt. At Matt Hardy Brand, you know where to find us. Well, after that, also Matt Hardy Brand also says that since Batista has shown great interest in hashtag Total Nonstop Deletions affairs, I formally invite him and the Obsolete Evolution to hashtag Apocalypto. The official trailer for Fast and Furious can be found at this link. As it's been released, the movie is now called The Fate of the Furious. Fate hits theaters on April 14th and features The Rock, Vin Diesel, Charlize Theron, Jason Statham, Ludacris, Tyrese, and others. TMZ reports that former WWE star Shad Gaspard has stopped an armed robbery on Saturday night at a Florida convenience store gas station. According to Coral Springs police, they now responded to a call around midnight for an attempted armed robbery. The suspect appeared to be drunk and approached Shad and said, "Hey man, buy me a beer." Shad said, "There's a better way to ask than that." The suspect then responded by pulling out a gun. The store clerk told police that Shad shoved the man against a cooler door, grabbed the gun, and it fell to the ground. Shad says he was trying to remove the magazine of the gun, when he noticed an air canister compartment. The suspect just had a BB gun. Shad then held the man until the police arrived. Suspect has been booked for robbery with a weapon. Eric Rowan has posted another teaser video at this link that shows him doing away with his old sheep mask and revealing a new one. As seen in that link, Rowan posted this latest teaser to its own YouTube channel. Rowan has been out of action since late September with a torn rotator cuff. Well, these indie stars of Kit Osborne, Brittany Blake, and Rory Gulak were among the extras used during Monday night's backstage celebration for Raw Tag Team Champions The New Day after they broke Demolition's record. Rory is the brother of WWE Cruiserweight Drew Gulak. And it can be also seen twitter.com/WWE. Alberto Del Rio was involved in a backstage fight at the Arena Naucalpan in Mexico this weekend. Del Rio and Paige were there for an IWRG show to see Del Rio's brother, El Hijo de Dos Cora, wrestle in the main event. Local star Alan Extreme was backstage, and it's believed that Del Rio thought Extreme either touched him or Paige. The two began to hit each other, and they brawled until it spilled into the hallway that connected the locker room to the fans' entrance. Many fans saw what happened. Del Rio's condition is unknown, but Alan's face was said to be in bad shape. He was, however, in stable condition. Both Paige and Del Rio were said to be drinking before the fight happened. Alberto Del Rio posted the following on Twitter, confirming reports that his fight with Alan Extreme was over. His belief that Extreme acted inappropriately towards Paige. At Viva Del Rio, just to clarify, if you inappropriately touch my fiance in front of my face, you have to prepare to learn a lesson. #respect. Brie Bella released a new video on the Bella Twins YouTube channel, showing her chasing the dog Winston after he's taken Daniel Bryan's dirty sock hostage. That link. Ring of Honor star Nigel McGuinness is expected to sign with WWE for a coaching job at the WWE Performance Center soon. According to F4W Online, as noted, Ring of Honor announced that over the weekend, McGuinness has asked for his release. He's also asked as matchmaker, that is. WWE NXT superstar Oney Lorcan is not injured. From reports, his NXT Tag Team Champion Johnny Gargano posted this photo of Lorcan wearing a brace while traveling in Australia, but it's just a brace he uses while on the road. Lorcan has wrestled Patrick Clark at NXT Live events in Australia this week. At Johnny Gargano on Twitter, #NXT Australia was amazing. A big thank you to everyone who made it possible. Truly, oney of a kind of experience. Big Cass vs. Rusev will take place at Sunday's Roadblock. End of the line. Pay-per-view from Pittsburgh. WWE has announced that the match will be on the kickoff pre-show. And WWE taped this week's episode of 205 live from Philadelphia due to Tuesday's tribute to the troops. Tapings after SmackDown. Live spoilers, Jack Gallagher defeated Drew Gulak. Who got a hometown pop? Lince Dorado defeated Mustafa Ali. TJ Perkins defeated Cruiserweight Champion Rich Swann in a non-title match. Brian Kendrick was on commentary. And we start off with Raw opening videos. We go live to where Big E addresses everyone loudly in Philadelphia. Raw Tag Team Champions The New Day head to the ring to open up the show. Michael Coleslaw noted that The New Day has a chance to match a record set by Demolition tonight as the long-reigning Tag Team Champions in WWE history at midnight. Big E said tonight, we join the Immortals. Kofi Kingston says tonight that they have the chance to break a record that has stood for 25 years. Xavier Woods said tonight that they have the chance to propel themselves and propel anyone who has worn a New Day t-shirt. Woods dedicates this match to his late grandma. And also the crowd chants for grandma. He adds that the last thing that stands in the way is one last triple threat tag team match. Woods asked what that even means. He said New Day is already referred to as a triple threat. Kingston wants to make history right now. Big E leads a loud New Day Rocks chant. Well, he doesn't even have to say it because the crowd says it for him. And we see a shot backstage of a celebration being prepared for New Day as Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson head to the ring. Sheamus and Cesaro are out next. Michael Coleslaw reminds us that the New Day has held the Tag Team Champions in WWE for 478 days. Of course, that triple threat match starts off Raw. We start with Kofi Kingston and Cesaro. Lock up. And Kofi attempts to hit scissors takedown. Cesaro with a counter. Kofi with a high cross body for a 2 count. Cesaro uses his strength to power. Lift. Kofi up and back down with a vertical suplex for a 2 count. Tag to Sheamus, who launches Cesaro into Kofi with an uppercut. Sheamus with a shot on Kofi in the corner. Goes up top. Turnbuckle. Catches Kofi with an axe handle. Shot for a 2 count. Sheamus with an uppercut. Kofi fires back with a drop kick and tags in Big E. Big E with a shoulder charge to Sheamus in the corner. Tag back to Kofi, who hits the ropes and kicks Sheamus in the face. Sheamus with a high knee to Kofi. Kofi with a jackhammer combo. Carl Anderson tags himself in and levels Kofi with a quick clothesline. Quick tag to Luke Gallows, who slices Kofi in the corner. Anderson follows up with a kick. Gallows with a big boot to Kofi for a 2 count as we head into a commercial break. After break, we return live with Anderson keeping Kofi down with a side headlock. Kofi delivers some elbows. Anderson fires back with an elbow himself after Kofi comes off the apron, or off the ropes. Tag to Gallows, who headbutts the back of Kofi and follows it up with another big boot. Quick tag to Anderson, who drops Kofi with a backbreaker, and Gallows drops an elbow. Big E breaks up the pinfall attempt. Gallows with a big boot to Big E and drops him in a back suplex with help from Anderson. Gallows knocks Cesaro off the ring apron, and Kofi drops Gallows with a spinning missile drop kick off the second rope. Sheamus tags himself in and goes after Gallows and Kofi. Sheamus and Gallows are all the legal men as Sheamus takes out Kofi again. Sheamus with a forearm shot to the chest. 10 count from the crowd. And on Gallows against the ropes. Sheamus with a shot to Anderson when he gets in. Sheamus plants Gallows with a quick scoop slam, and Big E breaks up the pinfall attempt. Sheamus with an Irish Curse backbreaker on Big E. Gallows with a kick to the face of Sheamus, and Anderson gets the tag. Gallows has Sheamus up, and Anderson connects with a boot to the face. Cesaro breaks up the pinfall. Hot tag to Cesaro, who levels Anderson and Gallows. Cesaro with a springboard spinning corkscrew uppercut on Anderson. Swiss 1-9 on Anderson. And Cesaro with tons of shots on New Day at ringside, including a stomp over Big E. Cesaro then delivers a high cross body off the top turnbuckle on Anderson for a very close 2 count. Cesaro swings on Anderson and drops him at 8, locking on the sharpshooter. Sheamus is clearing the ring, but Big E dumps him out. Big E tries to break up the sharpshooter, but Cesaro counters and clotheslines him over the top rope. Tag to Sheamus. Cesaro has Anderson up, and Sheamus hits the road kick. Trouble in Paradise by Kofi on Sheamus, and he hooks the leg to escape with the win. After the match, New Day celebrate at ringside with the Raw Tag Team Championships, and they're officially the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. Seth Rollins will host his own show, The Rollins Report, with KO tonight. And the network has officially surpassed 7,000 hours of original content. Commercial break. Rusev and Lana will be sharing some footage with us later in the show. Backstage, Mick Foley and Stephanie are in the celebration room with the New Day when the New Day arrive. Kofi Kingston hugs Stephanie. Stephanie pushes Foley aside and gives a toast to the longest reigning tag team champions. They bust open a champagne bottle and it gets in the eyes of Stephanie. She tosses a big cereal bowl up in the air and leaves. WWE shows Byron Saxton snickering at commentary. Footage from 3 weeks ago is showing of Braun Strowman versus Sami Zayn and Mick Foley stopping the match. We see footage for 2 weeks ago where Foley explained himself and Zayn called him a hypocrite. Tweets from Zayn is shown on screen, who is still demanding he get a match with Braun Strowman. Well, Strowman is in action next. Commercial break. Backstage, we see Stephanie being handed a towel, and Universal Champion Kevin Owens walks up thinking someone should teach the New Day a lesson. Stephanie says he is kind of cold and wants to know what he wants. Owens says he has an idea and wants to run it by her. Stephanie is going to get cleaned up and tells Owens to sit tight. Well, we get Braun Strowman versus Curtis Axel momentarily. Axel with the right hands early on, and Strowman launches him across the ring. Strowman will splash on Axel in the corner. Strowman then delivers a huge forearm to the chest of Axel, knocking him to the mat. Strowman has Axel on his shoulders, attempting a torture rack. Axel fights out, catches Strowman in the boot in the corner, and then kicks him away with a drop kick as well. Strowman catches Axel when he jumps off the second rope. Strowman then lifts Axel up and slams him back down face first. Strowman gets a 1, 2, 3. After the match, Byron Saxton tries to get word with Strowman. Strowman comes above saying he needs to congratulate him on his victory and then ask a question. Saxton congratulates him and wants to know if he has a response to Sami Zayn wanting a match with him. Strowman said from where he is standing, and Axel just looks like Zayn and thinks Mick Foley is doing the right thing by protecting Zayn. Backstage, Sami Zayn demands a match with Strowman with Mick Foley. Foley says he can't. Zayn thinks Foley can't make the match, but he won't. Can make the match, but he won't. He says he doesn't need to be saved by Foley or anyone else. Foley says Strowman wants to end Zayn's career and refuses to put him in the ring with Strowman. Zayn asks Foley if he thinks he can do it. He tells Foley if he won't be given opportunity, then he should leave Raw. Foley says, out of respect for him, he is willing to call Daniel Bryan and make a trade as Zayn walks off. Commercial break. Cruiserweight division match. Ariel Dewey versus Lance Dorado. Bell rings and Dorado with a few flips in the direction of Dewey. Dewey with a headlock slowing Dorado down. Dewey with a shoulder tackle works over the left arm of Dorado. Dorado with a head scissor takedown followed by a heel kick. Dorado with a springboard crossbody for a 2 count. Dorado with a big chop to the chest of Dewey and misses a shot in the corner, bouncing backwards. Dewey then levels Dorado with a big clothesline. Well, Jack Gallagher's music hits and he walks out onto the stage with mic in hand. He would like to let everyone know his intention to interfere in this match. Gallagher informs Dewey he is a scoundrel and he is here to give him a thorough thrashing. Dewey leaves the ring and goes after Gallagher as the referee calls for the belt. Gallagher rolls in the ring and catches Dewey with a drop kick, sending him off the apron. Well, no winner, as it was ruled a no contest. Seth Rollins is heading to the arena next. From backstage segment. Commercial break. Rollins Report with Kevin Owens was up next. Seth Rollins welcomes everyone to the Rollins Report. He wastes no time adding, I want Triple H. Rollins says this is his path to redemption leads to Triple H, and it goes directly through Kevin Owens and the Universal Championship. He said he can't isolate Owens without getting through his maybe best friend, Chris Jericho. As Rollins talks about getting the opportunity to take out Jericho this Sunday at Roadblock. He has a question about Sunday. Is it going to be Seth Rollins versus Chris Jericho or Seth Rollins versus Chris Jericho with Kevin Owens? Rollins said his guest tonight is a man that has the answer to the question. Rollins introduces Universal Champion Kevin Owens. Owens walks out on stage smiling. He turns around and hits to the back after Rollins gestures to join him inside the ring. Owens reappears and has a stool. He takes a seat at the top of the stage. Rollins asks Owens why he won't join him inside the ring and asks if he needs Chris Jericho holding him by the hand. Owens said him sitting on this stool is the best he will get and doesn't care about his stupid Rollins report. He says the only reason he came out here tonight is because he has an announcement to make. Rollins said that is great, but he wants to know about the status of Kevin's friendship with Chris Jericho. Owens goes to continue about his announcement, mentioning Stephanie McMahon when Rollins interrupting, wanting to know about Jericho first. Owens says Rollins doesn't need to worry about that, and that the only thing that Rollins needs to know is that Jericho will have his back in his match against Roman Reigns, the same way he will have Jericho's back against Rollins this Sunday. He tells Rollins to not interrupt him or he will break his face. Rollins dares him to do that, as Owens said after talking to Stephanie, and after what New Day pulled backstage, Stephanie has decided to put them in another tag team title match tonight, and that match will be against the team of Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho's music hits to interrupt. Jericho walks out with the list in hand. A loud Y2J chant breaks out from the crowd. Jericho has a question for Owens. Are you crazy? He asks Owens. What is he thinking after he cost him the United States Championship last week against Roman Reigns, and why he would even agree to be his tag team partner tonight or ever again? Owens apologizes about last week and wants to talk about the future. He said tonight they can make history by ruining the New Day's chance to break the record of being the longest reigning tag team champions. Owens said that Stephanie made the match and it's going to happen either way. He said Jericho can stay mad at him, doing them no good, or they can work together and win the tag team titles tonight. Rollins interrupts and saying it sounds like Owens is trying to tell Jericho what to do. He refers to them as a reunion between Bon Jovi and Meatloaf. Jericho calls Rollins a stupid idiot. Rollins refers to him as Sparkle Crotch and asks what he is really going to do about it. Jericho asks Rollins if he knows what happens if they talk to him like that. Jericho offers to put him on the disabled list. Jericho starts walking down the ramp and Owens joins him. Jericho stops and then motions at Owens to help him. Rollins picks up a stool in the ring as Owens and Jericho circle the ring. Owens has a steel chair. Rollins tries to hit him with a stool. Owens bails and Jericho attacks Rollins. Jericho and Owens double team Rollins at ringside. But during this segment, I fell asleep and missed the rest of the show. All but the main event. Jericho with right hands to Rollins. Owens slaps Rollins around, tosses him back inside the ring. Here comes Reigns to a very loud mixed reaction. Reigns hits the ring. Reigns with shots on Owens and Jericho with rights. Jericho and Owens start to double team Reigns when Rollins tackles Jericho. Reigns with a big boot to Owens and a flying clothesline on Jericho with the help from Rollins. Rollins nails a kick, goes for the pedigree on Jericho, and Owens pulls him out. And that ends that segment. TJ Perkins versus Brian Kendrick is up next. After commercial break, backstage, Charlie Caruso is with the Cruiserweight Champion, Rich Swann. Footage is shown from WWE 205 Live from last week, where TJ Perkins interfered, costing Brian Kendrick a shot at the title. Kendrick attacked Perkins after the match. Back live, Swann said it doesn't matter who faces him for the title, including both Kendrick and Perkins at Roadblock. Kendrick walked off saying he would be the champion right now if it wasn't for Perkins. Perkins walked up trying to figure out what Kendrick's problem is. He informed Swann that he will find out Sunday when the title is on the line, and Kendrick can find out next. Well, before the match, Kendrick offers a handshake, and Perkins declines. Bell rings, and Kendrick avoids a super kick early by Perkins. Kendrick with a quick shoulder tackle and goes to work on the left arm of Perkins. Perkins then goes for a knee bar early on as Kendrick breaks free, getting to the ropes. Kendrick then catches Perkins with a shot near the corner and eats a kick to the face from Perkins. Perkins then has Kendrick up, and Kendrick pulls himself down using the ropes. Kendrick then sends Perkins over the top rope, slides back in under the legs of Kendrick, and then clotheslines Perkins over the top rope. Perkins then nails a wrecking ball drop kick over the top rope on Kendrick. And we get a commercial break. Back for the break, Perkins catches Kendrick with a quick spin kick. A shot of the Cruiserweight Champion, Rich Swann, watching from backstage. Perkins nails him right hands, atomic drop, and a clothesline combo. Perkins then nails a low drop kick and kips up. Perkins with a splash to Kendrick in the corner. Puts Kendrick in the tree of woe. Perkins jumps and catches Kendrick with a quick drop kick. Perkins then nails a springboard drop kick to the back of Kendrick's back for a 2 count. Then Kendrick with a hook back suplex for a 2 count. Perkins goes for the knee bar again, but Kendrick gets the break, grabbing the bottom rope. Kendrick then sends Perkins shoulder first into the ring post and connects with a slice spread number 2. Kendrick hooks the leg of Perkins to get the pinfall. Backstage, then we see Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns walking when Mick Foley says they looked good working together earlier tonight. Foley wants to talk about tonight. He talks about Stephanie giving Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho an opportunity, and he wants to give them an opportunity. Foley adds Rollins and Reigns to the Raw Tag Team Championship match later in the evening, making it New Day versus Kevin Owens and Jericho and versus Rollins and Reigns. Commercial break. Video package runs focusing on Sasha Banks and Charlotte. Backstage, Bayley is giving out hugs. She is in action next. Of course, commercial break. Backstage, we see Alicia Fox calling her loss to Bayley last week a fluke, and how she is dedicating her match to her man, Cedric Alexander. So we get Bayley versus Alicia Fox. Bayley starts off with a quick takedown into a headlock on Fox. Bayley avoids a kick and then catches Fox with an elbow for a 2 count. Bayley takes the back of Fox. Fox with a back elbow and an axe handle kick combo for a 2 count. Fox nails a Northern-like suplex for a 2 count and nails some right hands. I don't know where Bayley to belly and gets a quick 3 count. Backstage segment, Rusev and Lana heading to the arena. They have promised an exclusive footage. Commercial break. Rusev and Lana have some exclusive footage. We return live and Lana is inside the ring with a mic in hand. Lana asks for an American to stand up and welcome the true American hero. He's my husband, which Enzo Amore found out last week. He is the only man that can have me. Welcome the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. Rusev enters the ring and grabs a mic. A loud USA chant breaks out. That's enough of it, USA, yells Rusev. He said, ever since he came to WWE, he has destroyed all of your American heroes, one by one. Rusev said last week was different. He said last week he took out American trash. Rusev said Enzo ran his mouth about how he was a certified G, and the G stands for garbage. He said after he took out the human garbage out to the hotel hallway, he closed the door and did his business with Lana. Rusev smiled and asked if they would like to see what they were talking about. Lana smiled. The crowd did the Borgasm yes chant. And Rusev asked if they would like to see it. He warns them that the footage they are about to see is a little bit edgy. Lana tells the children to close your eyes and asks if they are ready to see what they do behind closed doors. The crowd of Philadelphia cheered. Footage from last week was shown of Rusev attacking Enzo Amore inside the hotel room. Back live, Rusev and Lana are laughing. Lana said, this footage is so good it makes her happy. Truly warms my heart, adds Lana. She wonders why the fans would even think that they would show them what they do behind closed doors. Lana said they are all stupid like Enzo. She said Enzo thought he would actually had a shot at her and calls him pathetic. Rusev said his beautiful wife set a great plan in motion to trap the little mouse. He said he is the only man that can have Lana. Lana does a crushed chant and spells it out. Here comes Big Cass with a mic in hand. Cass says Enzo is at home recovering, but said he has the ball to back up his mouth. He tells Rusev he caught Enzo with his pants down. And as far as tonight, this isn't a hotel room. His pants are on, and he isn't Enzo. Cass marches down the ramp and hits the ring. Rusev starts attacking Cass. Cass gets the better of Rusev with a right hand in the corner. Rusev with a takedown. Cass mounts Rusev with some rights. Rusev tackles Cass and they fall to it outside. Rusev sends Cass into the barricade. Cass keeps throwing rights. Rusev with a big knee. Cass tosses Rusev face first at the barricade. Rusev with a boot. Cass is back up and throws more rights and body shots on Rusev against the barricade. Rusev then sends Cass face first into the steel ring post. Rusev then heads up the ramp with Lana. Cass is already back up and yelling at Rusev to come back. That ends that segment. Backstage, Kevin Owens is upset that Mick Foley put Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in the main event tonight. Owens said tonight that they will become champions. He tells Jericho it is them against the world. Jericho wants to concentrate first on tonight. Sami Zayn was heading to the arena. Cole Saw teased that this could be Zayn's final match on Raw after Mick Foley hinted at a possible trade to SmackDown live earlier in the show. We got a commercial break. A video for Emelina aired. Looks like she isn't quite ready yet. Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal. Lock up, and Mahal pushes Zayn to the corner. Zayn with chops to Mahal. Zayn with a right hand to Mahal and more chops. Zayn with a quick drop kick on Mahal. Mahal with a knee and tosses Zayn over the top rope. Zayn hangs on, shoulder shot, flips over the top rope and levels Mahal with a quick clothesline. Zayn with a right hand over Mahal. Mahal jumped Zayn over the top rope and connected with a running knee for a 2 count. Mahal caught Zayn with an elbow. Mahal with a low drop kick and then delivered high knees to Zayn. Mahal dropped a knee over the head of Zayn and applied a headlock. Sammy fired back with a clothesline. Nailed the exploder suplex on Mahal in the corner. Zayn back up in the corner to the other corner and connected with his haluva kick in the corner, and Zayn gets a pinfall. After the match, Mick Foley hits the ring. We're going to find out next if Foley set up a trade for Zayn to head to SmackDown Live next. After the break, did Sami Zayn get traded to SmackDown Live? We return live, and Mick Foley said he just got off the phone with Daniel Bryan. Foley said he will be trading Zayn to SmackDown Live for a talent of equal value. He tells Zayn all he has to do is sign the paperwork, and it's a done deal. Zayn said that all depends on this one question. He asked if Foley will grant him a match with Braun Strowman. Foley says no. Zayn says that's all he wants to hear, and he's ready to sign the paperwork to officially head to SmackDown. Foley said Zayn can become a big fish in a small pond. It says before Zayn signs, he wonders if Zayn wants to know who will be part of the talent trade. Foley reveals that he is trading Zayn to SmackDown Live straight up for Eva Marie. How was that even? You got a diva versus talent. Okay, anyways. Zayn says he's worth 100% or even 1,000. Eva Marie's. He said Foley doesn't get him and that he used to be him. Foley asked Zayn if this is what he really wants. Zayn said no, and he wants Braun Strowman. Foley says what he wants Zayn to remember this moment in time and how angry Zayn feels. He wants Zayn to bottle his anger and duplicate it on Sunday night when he faces Braun Strowman at Roadblock. Foley then pulls out a paper and says a trade was never going to take place tonight. He said he would never trade Zayn away and that he always believed him. Foley said he just had to find out if Zayn had it inside him to survive a monster like Strowman, and the answer that he gave was a resounding yes. He brings up Strowman saying Zayn wouldn't last 2 minutes with him in the ring. Foley said he is giving Zayn 10 minutes this Sunday to prove him wrong. New Day defended the Raw Tag Team Champions for a second time tonight in the Triple Threat main event. We see them heading to the arena, then we get a commercial break. Video of John Cena hosting Saturday Night Live was shown. Announced for Roadblock this Sunday, Rusev versus Big Cass. New Day, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns all head to the ring. The main event, Raw Tag Team Championships, is up next. Of course, commercial break. We get ring introductions for the challengers. For the Universal Champion, Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, then Seth Rollins, and U.S. Champion Roman Reigns. Then we get the ring introductions for the reigning champions, New Day. We start off with Xavier Woods, who didn't wrestle earlier tonight, and Seth Rollins. Series of counters are early between Woods and Rollins. Woods with a shoulder tackle, hits the ropes. Rollins leaps over him, gets tripped up by Woods. Rollins trips up Woods, kick attempts, and Woods lands an uppercut on Rollins. Rollins with a jumping sling blade, takedown on Woods. Tag to Roman. Woods avoids a double team and tags in Big E. Big E tosses Reigns out early. Reigns with a knee to cut off a spear, followed by a jumping clothesline on Big E. Chris Jericho tags himself in and tells Reigns to get out. Jericho with knees and boots to Big E in the corner. Tag to Kevin Owens, who kicks Big E right in the gut. Owens with right hand and kicks the face of Big E. Tag back to Jericho, who slaps Big E. Jericho with a big kick to the face of Big E. Follows up with a kick in the corner. Jericho catches Big E with a spinning elbow off the top turnbuckle for a 2 count. Kick to the face of Big E again, and then Jericho tags in Owens. Owens with a senton splash over Big E for a 2 count. Woods takes himself in and drop kicks Owens against the bottom rope. Owens cuts off Woods, who is getting up to the top turnbuckle. Jericho is in to help Owens with the Woods. Rollins with a shot to Jericho. Rollins jumps up near Woods. Reigns and Big E are in. We get a giant Tower of Doom spot from the corner with everyone involved in the match. And perfect spot for a commercial break. Back live, Owens has Woods down there with a headlock. Owens with a flipping leg drop over Woods. Woods goes back to the headlock, gets back to the headlock, helping Woods, keeping Woods grounded. Owens with a cheap shot on Reigns on the apron, and then misses a senton splash with Woods moves. Hot tag to Big E. Jericho gets the tag as well. Big E with a belly-to-belly suplexes on Jericho. 3 in all. The trifecta. Big E shakes his hips, doing the Rick Rude type. Hits the ropes and splashes over Jericho. Rollins tags himself in and sends Big E over top rope. Rollins sends Jericho out as well. Rollins with a suicide dive catching Jericho on the outside. Rollins then tosses Jericho in. Hits a suicide dive on Big E on the outside as well. Rollins springboards in, catches Jericho with a glancing knee. Reigns tags himself in. Rollins leaps over, taking people out at ringside, and Reigns with a sit-down powerbomb on Jericho for a close 2 count back inside the ring. Reigns with a Superman punch on Owens. Jericho with a roll-up on Reigns for a close 2 count. Jericho goes for the walls of Jericho. Reigns counters and rights. Woods takes himself in. Woods kicks Reigns in the face from the apron. Woods goes up top, connects with the flying elbow. Woods covers Reigns and gets a close 2 count. Woods walks across part of the top rope to get more air with a flying elbow. Reigns and Woods exchange rights. Rollins tags himself in. Reigns lifts Woods up, and Rollins with a knee to the jaw. Owens nails a super kick on Reigns. Rollins with a super kick on Owens. Rollins going up top. Jericho chips him up. Owens with a cannonball to Rollins. Lion top over Woods. Woods barely kicks out after a 2 count. Jericho with chops to Woods. Jericho chips up Woods, gets the walls of Jericho and locked on. Woods turns over to his back, gets Jericho in a small package, and Jericho kicks out. Owens with a super kick to Woods. Owens lifts Woods up, and Jericho with a code breaker on the way down. Rollins pushes Owens into Jericho to break up the count. Jericho and Owens arguing. Owens pushes Jericho. Rollins with a shot on Jericho into Owens. Rollins with a pedigree on Jericho. Big E pulls Rollins out. Woods gets an arm on Jericho to get the pinfall. Winner still tag team champions, New Day. After the match, Big E grabs Darby Woods and lifts him up the ramp as Kofi Kingston holds the WWE Tag Team Championships. New Day has successfully defended the tag team title twice in one night and remaining the longest reigning champions in history. Kevin Owens gets in Chris Jericho's face, and that's what happened. Jericho tells Owens he needs to get it together. He says they're done. Owens wants Jericho to just listen. Jericho said he doesn't need Owens, and this is over. Owens is yelling that Rollins pushed him. We see Roman Reigns getting ready in the corner. Jericho exits the ring when Owens turns around. Reigns takes him out with a spear and grabs the Universal Championship. He grabs his U.S. Championship and holds both titles up as Raw goes off the air. And that concludes my video for this week's Raw. See one of you. By the way, if you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.